Good evening. This is TCN English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Ninghui Kim Kong Sai. First, the headlines. Holy Spirit once again delivers God's message to His people at ZMFDI. Manipur CM Biren Singh reaches Delhi to attend the NDA Parliamentary Party meeting. Various Kuki CSOs condemned yesterday's Jiribam incidents of killing and arsoning. News in detail. Gospel Ministry for Disabilities India, GMFDI, witnessed another visit from God's Holy Spirit on the 5th of June, again at 5 p.m. in its office premises at KFMC District Headquarters, Duibong Churchampur. As per reports, it is estimated that around 2,500 to 3,000 believers attended the program, where God's voice spoke to His people and delivered His message through a person known as Robert. Many people have benefited from this ministry. Around 2,500 to 3,000 believers attended the service, and overcrowding the whole area as always. The Holy Spirit delivered many deep messages concerning both the spiritual and physical conditions of the Kuki community. The intercessions of the Holy Spirit lasted for around 2 hours, where it corrects and directs its believers in the right way. Mention may be made that GMFDI is jointly run by Evangelist Tinkolam and Evangelist Hanglin Se, and this ministry healed hundreds of people from their physical illness, as well as exorcism or casting off the evil spirits that possess human, which is also done by the true evangelists in the name of God.
The
Holy Spirit also said that the guiltiness you feel from your sinning and wrongdoings, aren't they from me? Those who have guilty feelings, repenting themselves and coming back to me, my angels have written down your name in the book of life.
Kema kom na belwa lungkisi theina na nei te hao ke a kon hello ham echi kisi na lung thimpua ke mai ta sana ka kom bel ho chu ka ban mi ten amenu na ji lut pi jingo hetai.
The Holy Spirit further said that these words that I delivered are not written in the Bible, but I still delivered them to you to show my unconditional love upon you, my people.
Ichi tu ho he ke man van no ya dinga kapi kathua kasut lut lo wanga na ho ka ngai lut be se zia ka ngai lut na hu hing na ngai lut na zala ichi tu he ke man ka hung phun do tho he bove.
The ministry also arranges counseling classes every Saturday for anyone interested, and this ministry is well known for taking care of differently able people, especially from the Kuki community. Manipur CM Biren Singh arrived in Delhi on June 7 to participate in the NDA Parliamentary Party meeting. The NDA Parliamentary Party meeting began at around 11:30 a.m. on Friday in the central hall of the Old Parliament building. After this meeting, the NDA will stake a claim to form the government. The meeting is expected to cover significant political and developmental issues. Besides Biren Singh, Nagaland CM nephew Rio also reached Delhi and said, I had already congratulated him, PM Modi, for his third term and the success of the NDA as the third-term government. Senior BJP leaders, including Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, and JP Nadda, were also present in the central hall of the Old Parliament building. BJP chief ministers including Yogi Adityanath, Pramod Sawant, and Biren Singh, Mohan Yadav, and Vishnu Deosai were also present at the NDA meeting. The Kuki MP Jiribam, Tamenglong, and Nonay, KUTN vehemently condemned the killing of one Sarat Kumar Singh by unknown miscreant yesterday night, that is 6 June 2024, and appealed the concerned authority to look the culprits as soon as possible. Moreover, El Tian Muang, 40 years son of El Luayam Vengnuam Dibung Kono Jiribam, had been captured from his house at around 6:30 p.m. yesterday night by suspected Mayday militants with black dress, and his whereabouts are still unknown. The Kuki MP appealed for his safe release and also appealed to the concerned authority to find him at the earliest possible to prevent further aggravations of the situation. The Kuki MP is also appalled and dismayed at the provocative attitude and actions of burning Kuki Zongmar houses by suspected members of Arambai Tingals and Mayday militants yesterday night at Uchatol Marvang, Vengnuam Paitavang, and Songkovang, blatantly blaming the Kuki 20 tribals for the murder of Mr. Sarat Kumar Singh without any slight evidence, and thereby attacking Kuki Zo tribal solely indicates that some people are insistent on bringing upon the Manipur crisis to the Jiribam area, which had remained at peace till now. The Kuki MP is also greatly dismayed as to how Kuki Zo houses could be attacked and burned the whole night in spite of imposing curfew under CRPC 144, and appealed the concerned authority to be stringent upon miscreants creating havoc in the area, so that further escalations of violence may be prevented. Lastly, the Kuki MP also appealed to the general public, CSOs, and community leaders, particularly to those of Kuki and Métis communities, not to aggravate the situations, but to stand for peace. The Kuki MP Jiribam, Tamenglong, and Nonay, along with district authorities, Jiribam CSOs and leaders had been toiling hard to maintain peace and tranquility in the area since the beginning of Manipur ethnic crisis, and further appealed to the people to abide by peace. The young Kuki issued a press statement condemning of violence and calling for justice. In his statement, the young Kuki said that the mutilated body of one Soibam Sarasi, a Mayday resident, was drastically discovered yesterday in Jiribam, Manipur. This marks the second incident of such gruesome violence, following the discovery of the mutilated body of a Kuki youth, Segolin Singson, near Mulzol village in Jiribam on 16 May 2024. Singsun had gone missing on 14 May 2024 after visiting a Mayday stall at Lengangpokpi, Jiribam. Despite the identity of the attackers of the Mayday men remaining unknown, Mayday mobs have reacted with unjustified aggressions targeting Kuki communities in Jiribam. These reactions come despite the existence of the Jiribam Peace Pact among Kukis, Nagas, and Maydays, which was established to foster peace among the various communities in Jiribam. The press statement further said that somewhere around 11 p.m. of 6 June 2024, the Mayday mobs have started burning Kuki settlements in Jiribam, inciting fear and chaos among innocent civilians. Young Kuki unequivocally condemns the cowardly attack on civilians, whether they may be Kukis or Maydays. However, the young Kuki will not tolerate the wholesale blaming and labeling of the entire Kuki community for the death of a Mayday man. When a Kuki young man named Segolin Singsun's mutilated body was discovered, did the Kukis retaliate by attacking the entire Mayday population? Young Kuki asks. If further asks, do Mayday radicals believe that Kukis lack the capacity to retaliate? Or is the Kuki adherence to the Jiribam peace pact and the rule of law perceived as weakness? It is unacceptable for Kukis to be targeted for the death of Mayday. Why can't law enforcement be allowed to do their job of investigating and arresting the culprits? The principle of collective punishment has no place in a just society. The perpetrators of these heinous acts must be brought to justice through due process, not through violent violence. Young Kuki remains steadfast in defending our lands and our people in Jiribam from any form of cowardly attacks by Maydays, fundamentalists, and insurgents. The young Kuki concluded by calling upon all communities to uphold the principles of peace and justice, and we ask the government of India to take swift and decisive action to restore order and protect all citizens. The Paumai Naga Union (PNU) has resolved to dissociate from the United Naga Council (UNC) and other associated organizations such as the All Naga Students Association Manipur (ANSAM), Naga Women's Union Manipur (NWUM), and Naga's People Movement for Human Rights (MPMHR). The resolution was adopted during the Third Assembly of the Union held on May 31, 2024, at the Sani Dari Memorial Sports Complex, Kabung Karong in Senapati District. 7 resolutions were adopted in the Assembly wherein the decision to dissociate from UNC and other Naga bodies was also adopted. After a thorough examination of the order dated May 20, 2024, reference number 42-3/24/ORDR/MKA/GPRN, served to 11 Paumai Naga leaders, the PNU concluded that it will reserve the right to defend and secure the Paumai people against any threats to their existence, well-being, and freedom of the Paumai tribe as a human community with zero tolerance of interference from any outside entity, and unanimously resolved not to accept nor honor the other. The Assembly has requested the withdrawal of the indictment order within 15 days from May 31, 2024. Failure to comply may compel the PNU to initiate further actions, including launching a non-cooperation movement to protect their vital interests. The Assembly also resolved that the Paumai Naga leaders named in the indictment order shall not resign from their respective public and social offices, as they were elected by the Paumai Assembly to continue their mandated roles. Furthermore, the Assembly nullified the recommendations letter issued to NG Lurho for the presidency of the UNC, effectively debarring him from representing the PNU or holding any position in related organizations. Amidst prevailing tense situations in the northeastern state of Manipur, a man was allegedly beheaded by armed miscreants in Jiribam on June 6th. As per preliminary reports, the man identified as Soibam Sarat Kumar Singh, 59, had went out to check on his farm when some armed miscreants attacked him, said India Today Northeast. Following the incident, irate locals set fire to an abandoned structure as retaliations. Locals also staged a protest in front of Jiribam police stations, demanding that their licensed firearms taken from them be returned after the completion of the polls, as per sources. Amid rising concerns over potential disturbances and threats to public tranquility in Jiribam, the district magistrate has imposed prohibitory orders under Section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code (CRPC) 1973. Krishna Kumar, IAS District Magistrate of Jiribam, announced the order in response to unlawful activities by anti-social elements that could lead to widespread unrest, breaches of peace, and imminent danger to life and property. Citing the likelihood of these disturbances resulting in serious breaches of peace and public tranquility, the district magistrate has issued the following prohibitions. Prohibitions on assemblies. The assembly of 5 or more persons is banned if it is likely to turn unlawful. This measure aims to prevent any gathering that could escalate into riots or affrays. Carrying firearms, swords, sticks, stones, or any other lethal weapons and sharp-edged objects that could be used offensively is strictly prohibited. This is to ensure that potential threats to safety and security are minimized. Restrictions on movement. Movement of individuals outside their residences within the revenue jurisdictions of Jiribam district is restricted. However, this order does not apply to government agencies, functionaries, and security forces involved in law enforcement and essential services. Exceptions are made for emergencies and for individuals seeking to conduct processions for marriage, funerals, or other events within the scheduled area. In such cases, application must be submitted to the district magistrate or the superintendent of police Jiribam district for permission. Processions cannot proceed without written permissions from the authorities. Due to the emergency nature of the situation, this order has been issued expertly, meaning it is directed to the public at large without prior notice. The order is effective immediately and is intended to safeguard public peace and security in the district. Jiribam, known for its diverse ethnic makeup including Métis, Muslims, Nagas, Kukis, and non-Manipuris, has remained unaffected by the ethnic conflict that have plagued Manipur since May of the previous year. The Kuki National Front Military Council KFMC clarifies to public and concerning agency with regards to the arrest of Thongmin Thang Haokip, alias Thangboy Haokip, Roger by the National Investigations Agency NIA on the 6th June 2024 at Imphal Airport that arrest has nothing to do with the Kuki National Front Military Council KFMC. In its clarification, the KFMC states that Thongmin Thang Haokip, alias Thangboy Haokip, Roger has never been enrolled as cadre nor has any connections with the organization. He is arrested under various sections of IPC and UAP, Act in Case RC 24/2023 and IA/DLI, which was registered sumoto by NIA has nothing to do with our organization, it added. Naga People's Front Manipur State President Awangbo Nyumai on Thursday clarified that there is no reason why NPF should withdraw from the embarrassing government. The clarifications from Awangbo comes in response to the news spread in social media that Naga People's Front ministers with MLA will withdraw support to embarrassing BJP-led government in Manipur. In his official social media page in Facebook, Awangbo, who is also the Water Resource Minister of the state, clarified that the fake news that went viral today is absolutely false and unfortunate. Awangbo stated, "We are grateful to BJP leadership for the unwavering support extended to NPF candidate Mr. Timothy Jimmy during the 18 Lok Sabha elections 2024. We are trying to find out who is responsible for these mischievous rumors." Awangbo also stated that the culprit will be dealt with according to the law of the land. Today at around 11 a.m., Omega Public School and Kindergarten located at Modbung celebrates Thanksgiving and felicitations program for its HSLC exam successful candidates 2024. The school had always achieved a plausible pass percentage each year and this year too, it has produced subject toppers as well. Some of the noteworthy achievements brought to the school by various students may be mentioned as follows. Klingdamde Sitlo, daughter of Sesat Sitlo, and Hasi Sitlo from Watbung Saron Veng, securing 85.5%. Timfel Kim Kongsai, daughter of Ngampu Kongsai, and Lingkova Kongsai secured 96 in Amayal Tado Kuki, and is the subject topper all over the state. Homila Sitlo, son of Lenzaho Sitlo, and Veha Sitlo secured 80.2%. Hatzem Hoi Kipgan, daughter of Sekulal Kipgan and Lingnekim Kipgan, secured 79.6%. Also, besides the mentioned few, other 15 students secured later mark in 3 subjects from this school. Special invitees of today's Thanksgiving and Felicitations program includes Sri Losi Diko, Anbu MLA, Mao Constituency, Sri Mahesh Chowdhury, IASDC Kangpukpi, and Sri Manoj Prabhakar, IPS, SP Kangpukpi respectively. Pastor Lamsat Modbung Bishers was the master of the ceremony.
1,000 thanks to all who have come and participated today for this grand felicitation program on the remarkable success of 2-in-1 Omega Plus and Kindergarten HSLC result and HSSLC result. And indeed, we have completed the program today, and the words that had been uttered by the guests, especially those 3 very important persons, such as the Honorable MLA Losi Diko, the Deputy Commissioner of Kangpokpi, the Superintendent Police of Kangpokpi, and all the other my friends from Students Private Schools Association, and for the students organizations, and from the parents, and even from my students, and the performances that was made by the little kids of Omega. They were amazing, and I'm so thankful to everyone who participated. And may the Lord bless all of us together in the near future, even as we work together for the upliftment of our society through education. Let this be a challenge for all of us, that in the near future, in the coming future, we shall be doing a greater one. Thank you.
Omega School is a renowned school all over the state for its astounding performance in the Class 10 board exam every year. Handing out of school essentials and utilities to government schools under RMSA. Samagra Siksha was conducted today at Hilltown Tanlon Block Education Office. This program was conducted under the supervision of Assistant Program Officer Madam Hoisian Moy, RMSA Head Office Imphal. The various school essentials were brought to Lamka from Imphal through her dedications and hard work. The items distributed today to government schools in Persol district includes sports kit, maths kit, science kit, incinerator and vending machine, lab tinkering and solar panel. The 20 schools who received these items were Tualkohau Government High School, Songfel Government High School, Paizang Government High School, Leizang Pai Government High School, Bukpi Government High School, Tanlon Government High School, Hansip Government High School, Bungpilang Government High School, Sinzol High School, Senvon High School, Parvachom High School, Leisen High School, Persol High School, Tulbung High School, Parbung High School, Dr. Thoma Government High School, P. Munte High School, Gangrang Government High School, Siba Purikal Government High School, and Bungmund Government High School respectively. The school faculty thanked Assistant Program Officer Madam Hoisian Moy for her kind acts of service towards the underprivileged sections of the society. African swine fever (ASF) outbreaks in Mizoram has claimed the lives of nearly 1,500 pigs and piglets since the beginning of this year, according to an official from the state's Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department. The highly contagious viral disease has currently affected 80 villages or localities across 7 districts in the northeastern state. On June 6 alone, 64 pigs succumbed to the disease, while 235 were culled to prevent further spread. At least 1,488 pigs have died due to ASF, and 3,002 have been culled to prevent the dreaded swine fever since January, the official stated. The outbreak was first reported in March 2021 at Lungsam village in South Mizoram's Lunglei district near the Bangladesh border. Authorities believe the disease was introduced through illegally imported pigs from the neighboring country, as Mizoram shares a 318-kilometer-long international border with Bangladesh. Statistics from the Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department revealed the severity of the outbreak, with 33,417 pigs dying due to ASF in 2021, 12,795 in 2022, and 1,039 in 2023 so far. To control the spread, 12,568 pigs were culled in 2021, 11,686 in 2022, and 928 in 2023. The state government has imposed a ban on the import of pigs from outside Mizoram. Additionally, the department has implemented strict measures, including prohibiting the import or export of pigs from infected zones. African swine fever is a highly contagious and fatal viral disease affecting domestic and wild pigs. The outbreak has dealt a severe blow to the state's pig farming industry, causing significant economic losses and disrupting livelihoods. 5 persons were killed after a 22-member group, which had gone for trekking through Sahasra Thal in Uttarakhand, district of Uttarakhand, lost its way due to bad weather. The Indian Air Force IAF has been deployed to rescue the surviving members of the expeditions group, among which 13 were rescued till late Wednesday evening, June 5. District Magistrate DM Uttarakhand Meharban Singh Bish said the tracking group was from Karnataka and it had 3 guides from Uttarakhand's tracking agency, Himalayan View Tracking. They started their expedition through Sahasra Thal on May 29 and were supposed to return to the district on June 7. The agency had sent information about the trackers getting lost in their way back on June 4. Teams of State Disaster Response Force (SDRF) and local police were rushed for rescue. Sahasra Thal, located at an altitude of about 4,100 to 4,400 meters, is a group of 7 legs on a mountain peak. The senior-most member of the group was 71 years old Asa Sudhakar, who died in the incident. Other deceased are Sindhu Vakikalam, 44 years, Sujatha Mangurwadi, 52, Vinayak Mangurwadi, 55, and Chitra Pranit, 48, said Mr. Beast. The DM said that among the 13 rescue trackers, 9 were fine and were reported to Dehradun after primary health checkup. One of the trackers was sent to a higher healthcare center, while others were sent to the base camp in Uttarakhand, from where they would be sent to their homes. The government said teams of the Disaster Management Department, along with the Forest Department, launched a search and rescue operations on Wednesday morning. A joint team of the IAF and a private chopper were engaged for aerial rescue of the trackers. Teams of the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering and IM and the ITBP also helped in the rescue operation, which was briefly halted due to bad weather. In October 2022, 25 people had died in Uttarakhand's Draupadi Kadanda track after a group of 34 trainees of the NIM and 7 instructors of the premier climbing institution were hit by an avalanche. The Delhi police have registered an FIR and began an investigation against 3 people who were allegedly using fake Aadhaar card to enter the parliament complex. The FIR states that one Qasim was using the Aadhaar card of Monis, a resident of Amroha in Uttar Pradesh. Monis, who was also among the 3 workers apprehended, also sold the exact same identity card. The identity card of the 3rd apprehended person, Soyab, sold him to be a resident of Hapur in Uttar Pradesh. The FIR states that the trio had sold their identity cards while trying to get entry into the parliament complex on a casual entry pass. According to FIR, the 3 are state to underemployment of a contractor. The other card of Monis and Qasim shows the same number with individual photographs. These cards appear to be forged. The 3rd worker, Soyab's identity is being ascertained and is also under probe, as per the FIR filed by the Delhi police. The incident is of the afternoon of May 4, and the FIR has been filed under sections 419, cheating by impersonations, 465, committing forgery, 468, using false documents for the purpose of cheating, 471, fraudulently or dishonestly using as genuine any document or electronic record which he knows or has reasons to believe to be forged, and 120B, criminal conspiracy to commit an offense. All 3 identity cards have been seized by the police and a detailed investigation is underway. In December last year, 6 people were arrested for illegally entering parliament and throwing smoke canisters in the Lok Sabha. On Thursday, Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Sajina accorded prosecution sanction against Manoranjan D. Sagar Sharma, Amol Dhanraj Sinde, Neelam Ranolia, Lalit Jha, and Mahesh Kumawat. Israel hit a Gaza school on Thursday with what it described as a targeted airstrike on up to 30 Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters inside. And a Hamas official said 40 people were killed, including women and children, sheltering at a UN site. Video footage shows Palestinians hauling away bodies and scores of injured in a hospital after the attack, which took place at a sensitive moment in the mediated talks on a ceasefire that would involve releasing hostages held by Hamas and some of the Palestinians held in Israeli jails. At the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital in Deir al-Bala, a Palestinian boy, Imad al-Makadmed, lay on the floor, his swollen face badly bruised and bleeding. He said he lost his father in the strike. What did we do? There are no armed people in the school. The ones there are children playing. We play together. Why did they bomb us? He said in the video obtained by Reuters. In images of the dead laid out at the hospital surrounded by wailing mourners, bodies were mostly wrapped in straws of carpets, making it impossible to determine their identities from the video. The U.S. issued a joint statement with other countries calling on Israel and Hamas to compromise to finalize a deal after 8 months of war in the Gaza Strip. Qatar's foreign ministry spokesperson Mazed al-Ansari said Hamas had not yet responded to the latest ceasefire proposal and was still studying it, adding that Qatar, Egypt, and the U.S. mediation efforts are still ongoing. Hamas sources say that there was nothing new to respond to, adding the Israeli proposal was old and the group rejected it because it did not speak of an end to the war or a complete pullout from Gaza. Ismail al-Tawabta, the director of the Hamas-run government media school, rejected Israel's assertions that the UN school is in Nusayrat in central Gaza has hidden a Hamas command post. The occupation uses false fabricated stories to justify the brutal crime it conducted against dozens of displaced people. Tawabta told Reuters, Israel's military said its fighter that had carried out a precise strike and calculated satellite photos highlighting two parts of a building where it said the fighters were based. We are very confident in the intelligence, military spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner said, accusing Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters of deliberately using UN facilities as operational bases. He said 20 to 30 fighters were located in the compound, and many of them had been killed. I'm not aware of any civilian casualties, and I'll be very, very cautious of accepting anything that Hamas put out, he said. Later, Israel's chief military spokesperson Daniel Hagari said the military had so far identified 9 of 30 Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters targeted in the pre-dawn strike. As people at the school cleared rubble from bloodstained classrooms, survivor Huda Abu-Dhar described waking up to the sounds of rockets. People's remains were scattered inside the yard and outside. The gas canister exploded, she told Reuters. My nephew was martyred, killed. He lost his leg and arm. He was a 10-year-old. Washington said it expected Israel to be fully transparent in making information about the strike public. SpaceX successfully launched its Starship mega rocket Thursday on an uncrewed test flight to orbit and back, achieving several key milestones for the first time. The nearly 400-foot rocket is the most powerful booster ever developed, and SpaceX aims to make the system fully reusable. It is being designed to carry out missions to the moon and eventually Mars. Starship is expected to play an important part in NASA's return to the moon program. The agency selected it to carry astronauts to the lunar surface on its Artemis 3 mission, which could launch in 2026. Starship lifted off at 8:50 a.m. ET from SpaceX Starbase launch site in Boca Chica, Texas. This was the spacecraft's 4th test flight and the first time it survived the full journey from liftoff to splashdown. However, it's not yet clear how much of the vehicle survived re-entry through Earth's atmosphere. Still, the test flight notched several crucial milestones. SpaceX shows that both the Starship spacecraft and the rocket's first stage, known as Super Heavy, can survive the fiery trip back through Earth's atmosphere and make a soft and controlled splashdown. Less than 10 minutes after liftoff, Super Heavy executed a successful landing burn for the first time and splashed down in the Gulf of Mexico. After cruising in orbit for around 40 minutes, the Starship spacecraft made its re-entry and completed a landing burn for the first time. Live camera views aboard Starship shows debris and damage to the vehicle before it splashed down in the Indian Ocean, but SpaceX heralded the test flight as a success. Congratulations, allied SpaceX team on an epic achievement, Elon Musk, the company's founder and CEO, said on X. Starship's flight came during a busy week of launches on Wednesday. Boeing's Starliner capsule launched on its first crewed test flight to the International Space Station. Hamas has seen about half its forces wiped out in 8 months of war and is relying on hit-and-run insurgent tactics to frustrate Israel's attempts to take control of Gaza, U.S. and Israeli officials told Reuters. The enclave's ruling group has been reduced to between 9,000 and 12,000 fighters, according to 3 senior U.S. officials familiar with battlefield developments, down from American estimates. Opens new tab of 23,000 to 25,000 before the conflict. By contrast, Israel says it has lost almost 300 troops in the Gaza campaign. Hamas fighters are now largely avoiding sustained skirmishes with Israeli forces closing in on the southernmost city of Rafah, instead relying on ambushes and improvised bombs to hit targets often behind enemy lines, one of the officials said. Several Gaza residents, including Wissam Ibrahim, said they too had observed a shift in tactics. In earlier months, Hamas fighters would intercept, engage, and fire at Israeli troops as soon as they pushed into their territory, Ibrahim told Reuters by phone. But now there is a notable shift in their mode of operations. They wait for them to deploy, and then they start their ambushes and attacks. The U.S. officials who requested anonymity to discuss sensitive matters said such tactics could sustain a Hamas insurgency for months to come, aided by weapons smuggled into Gaza through tunnels and others, repurposed from an exploded ordnance or captured from Israeli forces. This kind of protracted time frame is echoed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's national security advisor, who said last week the war could last until the end of 2024 at least. A Hamas spokesperson didn't respond to the request for comment on its battlefield strategy. In a parallel propaganda drive, some of the group's fighters are videotaping their ambushes of Israeli troops before editing and posting them on Telegram and other social media apps. Peter Lana, a spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces (IDF, told Reuters they were still some way from destroying Hamas, which he also said had lost roughly half of its fighting force. Lana said the military was adapting to the group's shift in tactics and acknowledged Israel couldn't eliminate every Hamas fighter or destroy every Hamas tunnel. There is never a goal to kill each and every last terrorist on the ground. That's not a realistic goal, he added. Destroying Hamas as a governing authority is an achievable and attainable military objective, he added. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.